Hey, it's Leanne from Healthful Pursuit, and this is another mini-sode of the Keto Diet Podcast. I'm recording here with my brand new microphone. My last one broke. It was a sad day. I've recorded over 200 episodes with that little microphone. I've made audiobooks. It's traveled to Europe with me, all over North America with me. It was a sad day, but hey, I have a new one and it's black and it's really cute and it doesn't have an arm, so I can just hold it on its own. I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope you're really liking the audio quality today. Today's podcast extra and transcript, including all the links and little bits that I share today, can be found at healthfulpursuit.com/podcast/x27. I got one cool thing for you today, and I think this is the first time I'm telling you guys this on the podcast. I've been writing a cookbook for a little while now, and we just put the final touches on the editing. All the recipes are ready to go, and the photos are being worked on. I'm really excited about this book. It's called The Keto Diet Cookbook, and it comes out in April, and it's open for pre-order now. You can head on over to ketodietbook.com to pre-order, and the way pre-orders work, I didn't actually know this until recently. When you head on over to the pre-order link, you'll be asked to commit to ordering the book, but you actually won't pay for the book right then and there. You'll only pay for it once the book comes out, and you'll pay the lowest price that it was from the day you committed to the day it launches. So let's say between now and April, the book goes down to $17 for the copy. That is the price that you'll pay regardless of the amount that it lists for when it goes live. So it's really, really awesome to pre-order your book if you're thinking about getting a copy, because it helps me show bookstores that the work I do is kind of awesome and that they should have me on tour. So if you're looking forward to us meeting for the first time on tour, or we met last time on tour, I'd really, really love to go on a tour again. So you can head on over to ketodietbook.com to pre-order your copy. Today I want to chat about what it's like living on a sailboat. And while you may have no interest of living on the ocean, or you didn't even know that we moved into a sailboat, or you really don't care about sailing, I promise the life lessons I've learned living on a sailboat over the last couple of months might really, really help you on your own health journey. Now, if you have questions about today's content, you can head on over to healthfulpursuit.com/contact and ask me. Okay, let's do this thing. Welcome to the Keto Diet Podcast, the show all about keto for women so you can burn fat, balance your hormones, and heal your body. From television, print, and billboard ads to social media and internet marketing, making you feel less than is a billion-dollar industry. You won't find that here. And if you're struggling to make sense of the truth that you are so much more than good enough, I'd like to help. My 21-day whole keto challenge is open for registration, and as a listener of the show, you'll receive 20% off this daily coaching program with the coupon code KETONOW at checkout. Go to healthfulpursuit.com/whole, use the code KETONOW for your 20% off. Whole Keto complements your healthy keto lifestyle so you can repair your relationship with your body and start living your joy now. If you're new around these parts, I'm Leanne Vogel. You may know me as the international best-selling author of The Keto Diet, founder of HappyKetoBody.com, or maybe you know me as the nutritionist that likes dipping pork rinds in avocado oil mayo. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Thanks so much for listening. Okay, let's get this party started. So Kevin and I decided, January of last year, that we loved living on the road, but we wanted a little bit more adventure outside of North America. And so we slowly started working on the idea that perhaps maybe one day we would live on a boat. And so we did a lot of research and learned a bunch about boats. And then just by luck, we found the sailboat of our dreams. And we moved in September. So we've been living in here for a couple of months, and I think I knew how much work it was going to be. I knew it was going to be work, but I didn't know it was going to be this much work. And Kevin's in the same boat. Pun intended. And, I think one of the biggest challenges has been learning how to sail and learning that being rather accepting that you don't know anything and being okay with that, or that you're just a newbie and you're not going to know a lot of stuff. And on a recent sailing trip, this was our second big sailing trip with our boat. We put the dogs in the kennel. We went out, the two of us, with a sailing captain and her husband. And we spent a week on the boat just learning about sailing. And when we got back, I was tired, but I was also really frustrated because we had a couple of instances where I wanted to know what I was doing, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I made a couple of pretty big mistakes because of it. And looking back, I made the mistakes because I wasn't patient and I pushed myself too hard. And I should have just said, I don't know. But instead, I pretended I did know. And then that got me into trouble. And it's not like a safety trouble. It's just like, it shouldn't have happened and it didn't need to happen. And then when we got back, I was just thinking of how big of a struggle it has been and how defeated I feel. And it reminded me exactly of the way that I felt when I was studying nutrition in 2007, knowing absolutely nothing about food or my body. And I remember coming home from school and just feeling so defeated and so alone and so frustrated and just like I couldn't do it. I really felt like nobody else could do this and I was alone. And I think that there's, looking at the beauty of all of this, there is such amazingness in learning a new skill. And it's really hard to learn new things. And it's really frustrating when you feel totally, completely alone. Back to today's episode in a sec. Today's episode is sponsored by Perfect Keto. Perfect Keto creates the ultimate products for making the keto lifestyle easier and more effective. All of their products are dairy-free, made in the USA, gluten-free, doctor-approved, and use zero fillers. From exogenous ketones to boost your ketone levels for mental clarity, keto bars for a quality fat snack, MCT oil powder for making your coffee fatty and creamy without the dairy, and so much more. You can get 20% off anything in their shop by going to perfectketo.com/KDP. Use the coupon code KDP for your 20% off anything your heart desires. If you're unsure of the link, simply check out today's show notes for all the details. Okay, back to today's episode. And it's scary to take that first step. Like, oh my gosh, when we left on our very first sailing trip with our very first sailing captain by ourselves on our own boat, I was like shaking. I was so scared because it's our livelihood like on this vessel and we have no idea how to use it. We have no idea what we're doing and we're just going to like take this thing and go on the ocean. And it felt so similar to the way that I felt learning about my body and the way I still feel sometimes about food and nutrition in my body. I get totally stumped and I feel like I'm a complete newbie and I get overwhelmed and then I don't trust myself. And it's the exact same thing, when the instructor's like, let's heave to. And I'm like, I don't even know those words. Like, what are you trying to say to me? Can you just speak English? And instead of getting frustrated at somebody else, like I did get frustrated at our training captains a couple of times, like just so frustrated and angry. And they're just trying to help and they're just trying to teach. And I think oftentimes we can use the excuse of frustration and anger to cheat ourselves out of an experience that will make us better and will improve our quality of life or give us the thing that we really, really want. Like, I want to live on a sailboat. Kevin and I want to do this. So putting up barriers to people that are trying to teach us or to the experiences that we've said that we want to experience, it completely reminded me of the experience with my body. And I thought I'd share it with you guys today. If there's anyone out there that has learned a new skill that isn't how to take care of their body, maybe you can relate. When you start a new job and everything's new and it feels all awkward, these are the same feelings. And oftentimes you can't quit a job. Like, you just agreed to do this job and it's part of your livelihood and that's really important. So you just push through it until you start to understand. And it's very, very similar. You don't give up. And it's the same thing with food, nutrition, your body, and your overall health. So I hope that was helpful. And also, totally unrelated, we just worked on a pretty epic gift guide for this year. So if you are looking for ideas either to put on your wish list or last minute gift ideas for colleagues or your friends or family, you can head on over to today's show notes, healthfulpursuit.com/podcast/X27 to grab that gift guide. I'm really excited about this. There are a bunch of different products that we've been testing and using over the last couple of years, and I'm in love with each and every single one of them. So if you're a little bit stumped on that, I welcome you to check that out, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye! Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again in a couple of days to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be construed as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcast reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.